guys, what's up? Welcome back. Had to wipe the chicken poop out of my eye.
Willie's been laid up real good.
You ever had chicken poop in your eye?
Matter of fact, I have.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good. They sneak in every night before I wake up, poop right here, right here. So, we didn't make it up to Bristol. A couple things happened. One, I threw my back out, and actually while we were filming Ranch Tang, I had a back brace on. If y'all couldn't tell, cool, because I was trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
But got a issue with picking up stuff that's too heavy and putting it way out in front and using only the lower back while jerking. And so it's a problem I'm working on, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You want to lift with your legs, not with your back. Yeah, so anyway, on top of that, we had a little bit of sickness run through the shop, and we had basically 75% of the shop down, and we were bummed. We had motorcycles loaded. We had a big Class C RV we were going to cruise up there. And
yeah, we didn't want to pack everyone in a 100 square feet and drive 18 hours.
Just get each other sick until...
And then ruin Matt's crew of everything, so...
Yeah. We're long story short, we're really bummed we missed Bristol. Ranch Tang's on its way back. Matt made it like 30 seconds, and then it sounded like it shut down. So hopefully no engine damage, but we're certainly going to find out. As of right now, it hasn't made it back to the shop. But yeah, we just wanted to give a quick update on, you know, why we didn't make it to Bristol. We miss you guys. Thanks for all the support. Had a lot of people reach out, and we don't plan on missing another one. So when we get Ranch Tang back, we'll tear it down, find out what happened to it, find out what we're going to do to fix it. But yeah, I just wanted to take a second to tell y'all what happened and say thanks for all the support, and hope you're ready for some more action today, because we're really getting backed into a corner. We're obviously a months behind on getting into the new shop, and we've got another project here that
add to the list of things to do.
Yeah, and it's got to be done. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the air compressor.
This is the OG.
This is the OG. This is the first air compressor we had. We bought this from our first landlord. It's actually landlady. And it had a rod knock. And
it ran for years and made air pressure, and you just listened to it go really loud each time it ran. But what do you do? And that's all you got, you know?
It was like a rod knocking Harley / helicopter sound when it ran. So we started to tear into this thing this morning and realized that we should bring you guys along with this, because not only have we never rebuilt an air compressor before, I'm sure a lot of people haven't, and it's not wildly complicated, but we're going to go through the process on this thing and put some new rods and rings and gaskets and stuff in it, and this thing should be ready to go. It still made air. It just knocked really, really bad, and it would actually kind of make a little bit of kind of milky right in the bottom end of this.
Yep.
It was like making condensation was getting past the rings into the crankcase. So we're going to I think we've got new rings, not new pistons, but new rings.
Yeah, new rings and bearings and whatever the little things that go up here in the head are called.
Yeah, so it's not a wildly complicated thing, but we don't know any of the terminology, so we're going to kind of selectively pull it apart and replace pieces and stack them as we see it, and hopefully get it back together and be able to take it over to the new shop, plug it in, and make it run. First things first, the knocking noise. Steven, will you show these people what we had? There's your problem.
That was the knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Y'all see that? Yeah, that's not good. And both rods did. See the back one climbing? That one's real bad. So we've got some surface rust to take care of on the inside of this. Kind of wipe all this stuff out.
Like, it's still making air.
It is. So we're gonna get it torn down and basically cleaned up and get ready to throw this box of goodies in. Looks like we've got these are the rods here, aluminum.
Big rings
For the piston, the large piston.
Little rings.
small piston, the bearings for the crankshaft, and then some miscellaneous gaskets and
new air cleaner,
an air filter. And this system works with a large piston and a small piston, and it looks like one pulls it in at atmospheric. Don't know what the compression ratio is of the one, but it feeds into the other, and then that compression ratio is higher, and that feeds air down into the tank. So nothing real complicated, but yeah, we're gonna see how complicated. Let's get it torn down and cleaned up. Freaking woodruff key is being a pain in the butt, so we already tried applying heat, so now we're gonna apply some other type of heat. Now we just have a really big piece of metal that's stuck. We're pretty badass. So
watch your teeth.
Yeah, break the weld off now, driving this in. All right, now that I've annealed that to the point where it's about the same density as glass, density is not the right word, but you know what I mean. I got it hot enough that if you touch it, it's gonna break now. That's what I mean. So yeah, this is gonna work good. Can't wait to rely on this thing in the shop. You know, Friday at 4.
All you gotta do is fix some air lines.
Yeah, you'd be good to go. All right, well, you and I have talked and had too much fun, so
back to work.
Yep. Okay guys, well, we got a big mess going over here with the air compressor. Got crap everywhere. Was trying to film beating all the races and splitting and cutting all those, but I started to and I forgot to, so you have to forgive me on that. At least I wasn't talking, right? Anyway, this still needs cleaned out. The two jugs are laying there. We need to re-ring them. Steven's got the cylinder heads over here. He's got some of the finger valves replaced on one. Needs to replace them on the other. These actually work like intake and exhaust valves. I've got this one wiped. He hasn't done this one yet, and it works like these would be your intake valves and these would be your exhaust valves on this particular head. So whenever the piston moves down, it draws vacuum through these little flappers. All these little fingers open up and it sucks air in like that. They open, and then as the piston turns around at bottom dead center and comes up, this thing slaps down and starts pushing air out of these, and it's another set of these fingers on that side. So I mean, that's how it looks like it works to me anyway. The other head is the same design, just a little bit smaller. One is low pressure, one's high pressure. So these are basically done. We've still got a POS Harbor Freight press piece of junk that we've had for a really long time, and it's worked for basically everything, and it's one of those tools that we needed to upgrade. We need to get one. We need to buy a good one, an air over hydraulic, and for this scenario I'm just using this piece of pipe as a sacrificial piece and beating these on here because I don't have the right fixtures for actually I may have the right stuff for pressing this together, but I've just been doing it over here on the ground kind of like an idiot. It's how you hurt your back. Anyway, we're going to take a break from this, go grab some material for the new shop. We've got some snap together vinyl. It's like waterproof vinyl floor. It's got some underlayment attached to the bottom of it, and it just snaps together. And our buddy Dirk Ritchell with DBR Tile, he's an awesome dude. He's doing all the tile work over there at the shop. He showed up there with a crew of people today, and they've got enough manpower over there to end up laying some, if not all, the rooms that need floored still. The front entryway, the tile in both bathrooms, upstairs and downstairs. There's a little bit of tile in the front room that we might actually end up doing in vinyl. The entryway, main office. We've got our office upstairs, and then we've got the second office upstairs where Eric's going to be. All those still need done, so we're going to split and run to Home Depot and go get some more snap together floor, and then show you the progress that's done when we get over there. All right, so we took a break over there from our air compressor, beating that thing to death. I wanted to show y'all what was happening over here. We've got a lot of friends who are really pulling through now that our back's against the wall. We got to suck it up and ask for some help. And honestly, I know Steven is happy. I'm floored about it. But we've got a couple of people that I definitely need to give some credit to. The first guy is Travis Bartow. Travis has worked and done roofing his entire life, and he's the one who's been putting up all these panels, hand making every one of the trims that goes around each one of the outlets and the returns. He's the one making sure that all the J trim has the right return, the reveals are square, all the holes are right, the screw patterns are straight and clean, something to be proud of. And the bottom line is the dude's working his ass off to make it look awesome. It's him right there. And another buddy of ours, Chance Johnson, is over here helping get this done. So they made it all the way around here to this back corner, and then we're gonna start on this front wall here pretty soon. 12ers over there loading sinks, and we've got Brian New, another longtime friend. He used to work with us back at the other shop. He was a machinist there, and Brian has come down to help us set all the countertops. We've got the lower sink down here, the sink that's upstairs, a double vanity that's in here, all the stuff across the top of the cabinets that goes in the kitchen needs to be done, and he's gonna come knock that out. Check this floor out. Thanks. There's Brian right there. What's up, Brian? Say hi, YouTube.
How's it going?
So Brian's actually in here getting some stuff laid out. He's gonna come in here and I guess he's starting in this room. This is gonna be killer. The kitchen's coming together actually really quick. Dirk brought his whole crew. It's another guy who deserves a lot of love, is Dirk Ritchell, DBR Tile. The dude's been doing tile as long as I've known him. We went to high school together, and we told him we were in a bind on the bathroom, so he came over and got started. We showed y'all a little bit of that, I believe, on the previous video. But he just took initiative today with his guys here, and he saw that we had snapped together floor for all these rooms, and so they started laying it. And you can see the kitchen's done. It's looking awesome in here. Brian's gonna finish the countertops, and we'll come back in here and show y'all what that looks like. These dudes are over here throwing down on the rest of the tile in the bathroom. See that herringbone comes all the way down out the front. Looks badass. Got the subway tile wainscot going on in there. We're doing something completely different upstairs in that bathroom, and I'll show you all that whenever that happens. We have this is more Dirk's dudes in here laying this. Check this out. Freaking floor looks awesome. Looks good, man. Very good. So this is the same color. This room is the same color as the kitchen, and it looks sweet. We got a darker color for upstairs, so the lower level is going to be kind of this gray, kind of white. The pattern's really cool because it's like there's light and dark to it, so that pattern looks awesome, especially with the lights turned on. Same floor there as in that room. Upstairs is going to be a darker, it's oak kind of color for these two offices, and then the bathroom up there is getting its own little tile game throwing down up there. It's gonna be pretty legit. You can see, I don't know if y'all can see, there's Hardy up there screwed up on the back wall. But we got the AC stuff, half the ducting done. This actually needs to kick out over here, so that's gonna get redone. Then we've got the little directional pieces that are gonna cap onto there. Look at this bad MFer. Steven hung the rest of the blades up on this thing. I guess it was yesterday or the day before. So we've got that set up. The electricians were over here wiring it up. It's actually 3-phase, not single phase, so I'm having to pull another couple of strands of wire through there, which they probably got done today. So we're literally days away from being able to turn that on and the air conditioning and shut the doors in here and have a freaking giant Yeti cooler AC box. And it feels good to be that close. DBR tile, man, looking clean. God, I love that guy. Steven and I can't tell you how much we appreciate Dirk. Dirk has come through super clutch. Unbelievable friend. The guy's got our back. Between him and Travis, I don't know if we'll ever be able to repay these guys. If you're in Kendall County, you need to hit up DBR Tile for all your tile and all your floor stuff. DBR. His name's Dirk Ritchell. Dude's badass. Does commercial stuff and residential. Yeah, that's kind of the quick update for now. So we got to go back to the shop, finish beating the pieces back together on the compressor, because the electricians are going to have our electricity stubbed out the back side of the building, and we're going to be ready to hook the compressor up pretty soon. It's looking like we're going to move in here with some stuff unfinished, but we're going to get everything done that we possibly can and see what we got. Y'all hang in there. All right, so we made it back from the shop over here and got a couple things, couple bearings put on the crankshaft for the air compressor motor, but we just got a phone call that Ranch Hang is over at Matt's house, and I know that we are ready to find out what happened to that thing. So we're gonna run by there and look at it with Matt and see if we can figure out what's wrong. We really think it's probably okay. It's just something dumb. So not sure what it is, but we're about to drive over there and find out. Let's go check it out. Okay guys, we're out here at Mr. Carricker's facility. It's Matt. You didn't know. We came to see what was wrong with the ranch tank.
Nothing's wrong. It's great. Everything's fine. I didn't hurt it at all.
Okay, we're done.
Wait,
no.
don't leave.
Yeah. So Steven's checking the oil. Is there oil in there?
We got oil.
We got oil. We got oil.
Oh.
Looks like all the parts are still inside the engine, so that's.
Nothing exploded.
This was glowing so red.
Yeah, was it too red?
It was no. I think it was the perfect shade of red.
I love the way it looks. Should I have chilled a little bit?
Dude, did this thing not sound disgusting?
Dude, it was the most beautiful sight. And instantly, within seconds, I was like, oh, I can't see anything. Boom. Yeah. There was no wind out there, and this made so much smoke just.
I wanted it to keep going so bad because this thing was just like eating lunch, man.
Yeah. She was getting down.
I've never considered building a 6-liter before, but after hearing this thing and seeing it, I think we're gonna have to. That
Got down,
we saw in the video that this lower hose, and look, you can see some of the braiding right here.
It's not supposed to do that.
Oh no!
This side right here, solid as a rock.
Okay.
No bueno.
Matt probably did that.
He did. Sure.
Yep.
I mean, he was the last one to work on it, so technically, on the technicality, no, we definitely should have checked the hose. It just didn't leak when it was there at the shop. We didn't have much test time.
We drove it all around. We never got it warm, but
The thing that sucks about building any car for any event, and I don't care really what you do, there's never enough time to like get it together and test it in enough scenarios.
that's all my comments were just saying, why would y'all not finish all these early and test them? Like, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be great.
We just didn't.
In a perfect world, we would definitely do that every time, and we would make a beautiful showing. But we ended up having the alternator was acting a little goofy, and then it worked perfect the last 2 days. So we thought that's good. We didn't have any water leaking. The motor got to where it was starting up even more consistent because we had a lot of air in the system. In the last video, actually, Matt sent us because we were sick here at the house. It didn't crank but about 4 or 5 times before it fired off. So we figured, okay, we've got most of the air out of the HEUI system because the injectors are hydraulic. So we thought we were going to be about as good as we could get. And I mean, we got like 30 seconds out of it. It's better than nothing, I guess. No, we got oil, and it cranks. We didn't have any blow-by. Had the cap off. We didn't have any pressure in there. The oil doesn't have water in it, so the oil cooler didn't explode. Everything's on the motor. None of the harness is melted. Steven scanned it because it still does have a PCM under the dash and a FICM. So if it had issues, they should be talking and saying, hey, I have a problem. I don't know, guys. I'm really hopeful that a fresh battery will do it. And then we know that we need an alternator and maybe to fix a little bit of wiring. Come on, wrench thing. Do wrench things. Okay. That sounds like lots and lots of air in the injectors because they're hydraulic, or it got hot enough and maybe it melted a tip of an injector. And we've got raw diesel. Does it smell like diesel or oil? Smells like raw diesel. All right, so we got a lot of white smoke coming out of it. We think we've got like an injector tip, an O-ring, a cup, a head, something, but I don't think we have piston, rod, crankshaft, major engine damage that can't be fixed. So I think our short block at a minimum is still good, and our turbo and our intake and all of our supporting stuff. So hopefully we find something in the cylinder heads, because we're going to try to get a sponsor for cylinder heads this next time. Yeah, we could use all the sponsors we could get. But we're going to get the car back over to the shop, and we're going to make Ranch Tang run again, whether it's on 7 cylinders or 5 or 8 or whatever. But we're going to come back and grab it, I think tomorrow or the next day or something, and drag it back to the shop. For the meantime, we're going to go back and finish rebuilding the air compressors. So let's ride. Okay, we're back from the new shop, and it's time to put the compressor the rest of the way together. We have the crankshaft set inside here, and it's got light press, enough that we think we can kind of gently tap that in. If it gets to where there's a hard spot, then we'll take it over to the hydraulic press and press it in. Steven finished putting rings on both pistons, so the high and the low pressure pistons have new rings. They're back in the jugs. The cylinder bores look good. We got new connecting rods on them. We have a new bushing for the connecting rod. It sits right here. This thing right here slides over the crankshaft. This is like your bottom end bearing material.
Your rod bearing.
Sacrifice piece, basically. Yeah. That's gonna go on. New air filter, all that other jazz is right there. So we're gonna whip this into shape and keep putting this thing back together. Because, again, out of time, in a hurry, all that.
Good, thanks.
All right, well, we got both jugs on, cranks in, seals on. We're to the point where we're just tightening up a couple little doodads on it, and then we're gonna set this assembly back on here, tie all the rest of this in, and basically be there. Never rebuilt an air compressor before, and seems pretty straightforward, but I guess we'll know here in about a week whenever we fire this thing up, whether the rods come out or not. Yeah. All right, kids, this is how you blow out lower vertebrae. And that is all it takes to have a herniated disc when you turn 35. Thanks, Steven. Ah! That's exactly how they say to install that, right?
Yeah, you whip the you know what out of it with the hammer.
Well, as long as we don't booger it cauliflower, it'll be fine.
so dadgum tight, dude.
What's a good thing, son? You'll learn to appreciate that.
Pick this up
Gosh
with your back.
darn it. Yeah, I'm going to bend over and jerk with my lower back. No, I got camera duty, bro. This is tough.
Yeah, dude, hold that camera down.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh.
Don't let it get me.
Yeah, it takes both hands to hold the camera, dude. So, Chicken's got the Chicken. That's also 12er. This guy has more nicknames than I know what to do with. But this is the flywheel driven pulley that goes back on the compressor. So we just put a new Woodruff key in it, which is probably sitting too high because it's fighting Steven for everything. We done boogered it up a little bit down there, right in there. It's got boogers on it.
It's got a couple.
Them ain't gonna work, bud.
No, sir. Ow.
Shoot. Looks like it started fine to me.
You hear that?
Bro. That's what I sound like when I sleep at night.
All right, well.
Don't know if it works, but it's moving some kind of air.
Yeah. We need to go hook it up at the new shop, find out if it trips the breaker or...
All right, now we've got to get all these wires right here back where they go. Have no clue where that goes, so I'm gonna have to get that figured out. But we did get the mechanical part of the air compressor rebuilt, and that's what we set out to do. We are gonna holler at our buddy Brian. Brian is the guy who likes to be the test dummy on electrical stuff. That's 3-phase, 4-phase, and 5-phase. I don't even know if that's real, but if it was, he would jump in there and he would find out what happened. So we're gonna get him to mess with that, or the electricians to wire this thing up. As far as what we set out to do, we're pretty much there. We've got a pulley. We had that motor actually off to try something.
Brian borrowed it to put on like a 1949 wood planer that needed like 1,000 volts and 1,000 phases.
Yeah.
And so and this one didn't do it. And so that's why it's...
Yeah, it was the wrong.
Not
It was
enough
wrong.
torque.
Yeah. So we're missing the adapter to put that pulley on. That's where we're at. And we're missing the wiring. And we also don't have 3-phase power with a receptacle here to test the thing out. So we've done everything that we possibly can. We're gonna clean it up a little bit and get it ready to go on the trailer and over to the new shop. We got a whole lot of stuff rolling over there. Like usual, y'all have seen all that, but we're getting really close. We've got, we've got a lot of stuff that we're gonna show you in the very next video. I'm not gonna tell you about it now, but we're in the middle of filming the next one and getting ready to drop hopefully another couple videos in a row. It's been a few weeks since y'all have seen us, and we're working our guts out. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Later.